Welcome, my friend. Today we begin with a symbol as old as time itself, the sunrise, that golden reminder that every day is a new chance, a fresh start, a brand new beginning. And before we dive deep into the power of this moment, I want to invite you to join me on this journey, because growth is better when shared. So take a second to like this message so it stays with you. Subscribe so you never miss the next lesson. Share it with someone who needs a fresh beginning in their life. And leave a comment below about what this sunrise means to you. Because when you write it down, you don't just hear the idea, you live it. And when you share, you plant a seed in someone else's heart. And together we build a community that rises with the sun. And now, let's step into the light of this new day and discover how small disciplines, repeated daily, can create massive change in your life. Imagine for a moment the breaking of a new day, the kind of morning when the first rays of sunlight push back the night and spill their golden glow across the mountains and oceans. The kind of morning that whispers, this is your chance, this is your beginning. This is your invitation to start again. And I want you to remember something powerful, that every sunrise carries within it the promise of a new life, the chance to write a new chapter, to plant a new seed, to take a new step. And you see, my friend, life doesn't hand us transformation in one grand motion. It happens little by little, step by step, choice by choice. And that's why the first hour of your day is more than an hour. It is the signal, it is the tone, it is the seed from which the rest of your day, your week, your year, your life begins to unfold. And if you can own the beginning, you can own the ending. And if you can master the small disciplines, the little choices, the daily habits, then soon enough you will find yourself standing in the middle of a life you once dreamed about, now made real, because success is nothing more than the sum of small efforts, repeated day in and day out. And if you've ever wondered why some people rise to greatness while others stay stuck in the mud, it isn't because of one giant leap, it's because of 1,000 little steps taken faithfully. So let me ask you right now, what will you do with this new day? Will you treat it like just another sunrise? Or will you see it as a symbol, a reminder, a call that life is inviting you to start again, to begin where you are with what you have, and to go after the life you know you were created to live? Because here's the truth, you don't need to have it all figured out. You don't need to climb the mountain in one day. You only need to take one step, and then another, and then another. And soon enough you will see how far you've come. And the beauty of discipline is that it compounds. Discipline creates momentum. Momentum creates results, and results create belief. And belief fuels your fire to keep going. So you see how it works. It all begins with the simple decision to start, to take ownership of today, because today is not just a date on a calendar. Today is a doorway, today is a fresh page, today is a gift, and my friend, don't you dare leave this gift unopened. Don't you dare waste this sunrise. Don't you dare walk past the opportunity to reinvent yourself, because life will not wait forever, and the day will not last forever. So I'm asking you, I'm urging you, I'm challenging you, take this day and make it count, because when you stack up enough days that count, soon your life will count in ways you cannot yet imagine. And here's what's exciting. You don't have to wait for a miracle. You create the miracle with discipline. You create the miracle with courage. You create the miracle with a willingness to start, to take the first step, and then the next. And remember, the universe responds to beginnings, it responds to energy, it responds to courage, and when you dare to begin, life dares to meet you halfway. Doors open, ideas arrive, people appear, resources line up, but none of that happens until you begin. And so here we are, standing in front of a sunrise together, And I'm asking you, will you step forward? Will you let this golden light remind you of your power to start to choose, to discipline yourself into the person you were meant to become? Because the only difference between who you are today and who you want to be is the bridge of discipline. And that bridge is built one plank at a time, every morning, every choice, every action, and every thought. And let me remind you, you don't have to be extreme. You just have to be consistent. You don't have to do it all at once. You just have to do a little each day, because consistency beats intensity every single time. And if you've ever failed before, if you've ever quit before, don't you worry, don't you hang your head, don't you let the past steal the power of this sunrise, because this sunrise doesn't care about your yesterday. This sunrise only cares about what you will do today, right now. This moment. So loop it back, remind yourself again and again. Success is hidden in the small things. Success is buried inside your daily disciplines. Success is planted in the soil of beginnings. And every beginning starts with courage. The courage to say, I will try again. I will not quit. I will not let fear rob me of another sunrise. And here's the secondary hook. If not now, when? If not this day, then which day? If not this sunrise, then which sunrise will you finally wake up and realize the power you hold in your hands? Because, my friend, life doesn't wait. Time doesn't pause. The sun will set, the clock will tick, and before you know it, another year will pass, and you'll either look back with regret or look back with gratitude that you started today. So let this be the moment. Let this be the beginning. Let this be your sunrise. And I'll loop it once more. Beginnings matter. Small steps matter. Daily discipline matters, because it all adds up. And your life, the life you desire, is waiting on the other side of your decision to begin today. So here is my call to action. Rise up, take charge, start the habit, set the goal, write the vision, do the work, one step at a time, one day at a time, because soon enough you will stand in awe of what you have created, and you'll look back at this sunrise and say, that was the day, that was the moment, that was the beginning of my new life. Now let us carry this thought further, because one sunrise is not enough, one decision is not enough, one spark is not enough. It is the repetition of that spark that creates the flame, and the repetition of that flame that builds the fire, and the repetition of that fire that sustains the warmth of a lifetime. So don't think of this as a one-day inspiration. Think of it as the planting of a seed that must be watered every morning, every choice, every action, because just as the farmer cannot expect a harvest from a seed he never planted, you cannot expect results from a discipline you never practiced. And yet, here is the beauty. Once you plant it, once you water it, once you show up consistently, nature begins to multiply, your efforts, momentum begins to build, energy begins to gather, and what seemed impossible yesterday begins to feel inevitable tomorrow. So let me loop it back. It is not what you do once that changes your life. It is what you do daily, and every sunrise is a chance to decide again. Every sunrise is a reset. Every sunrise is life's way of saying, let's try again, let's go again, let's build again. And if you will seize this rhythm, if you will lock into this cycle, then discipline becomes less of a burden and more of a rhythm, less of a weight and more of a song, because once the habit is planted, the habit begins to carry you. And think about this connection. When the sun rises, it does not ask permission. It does not negotiate. It does not argue with the darkness. It simply shows up. And by showing up, it wins the battle. And so it must be with you. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to show up. You don't need to feel ready. You just need to take the step. You don't need to know the whole path. You just need to walk the piece in front of you, and soon enough, just like the sun, You will rise with certainty, with strength, with inevitability, because the world cannot hold back a man or woman who has decided to begin. And here's the secondary hook. What is stopping you really? Is it fear? Is it doubt? Is it the weight of past failures? Because none of those have the power to determine your future unless you let them. Remember, yesterday ended last night, and the sunrise declares it so, and the sunrise whispers, it is gone, it is finished, it cannot hold you anymore. So the only thing standing between you and the life you want is the choice you make today, right now, this very moment. And I know it sounds simple, maybe too simple, but that is the magic of discipline. It is simple, it is ordinary, it is small steps, but stacked up over time, it becomes extraordinary. It becomes massive change. So don't despise the small beginnings. Don't overlook the little steps. Don't ignore the daily choices, because it is the small hinges that swing the big doors. And I must remind you again, success is not something you chase. Success is something you attract by becoming the person worthy of it. And you become that person through discipline, through consistency, through the courage to begin again and again. So let me loop it once more. Beginnings matter, but sustained beginnings, daily beginnings, sunrise after sunrise beginnings, that is what builds a destiny. And here's my call to action. Don't wait for the perfect time. Don't wait for the perfect mood. Don't wait for the perfect conditions. Take the step today. Set the alarm a little earlier. Read the page. Write the goal. Make the call, take the walk, whatever it is. Start it now, and tomorrow, when the sun rises again, start again. Because each time you start, each time you recommit, each time you show up, you are writing a story that ends with greatness. And when others ask you how you did it, you'll smile and say, I just began, and I began again, and I never stopped beginning. And that, my friend, is the secret of the sunrise, the power of a new day, and the unstoppable force of getting started. And here we stand again at the edge of another thought, the edge of another sunrise. And I want to remind you once more that the greatest gift life has given you is the ability to choose, the ability to begin, the ability to say, today I will, today I can, today I must. Because if you neglect this gift of choice, you hand over your destiny to chance, and chance is a poor master, but choice, daily disciplined, intentional choice, is the architect of greatness. So let us loop back, because repetition is the mother of skill. And I want this truth to be etched so deeply in your mind that it becomes automatic. Beginnings matter, discipline matters, small steps matter, because each one is a brick in the foundation of your future. And let me give you this connection point. Think about the sunrise again. It does not leap to the top of the sky in one motion. It rises slowly, steadily, predictably. And yet by mid-morning it has illuminated the whole world, and so it is with your life. Progress may feel small at first, almost invisible, almost insignificant, but keep showing up, keep stepping forward, keep rising like the sun. And soon you will light up the path, not only for yourself, but for others who are watching you. Because whether you know it or not, people are watching, your children, your friends, your colleagues, your community. They are watching how you rise, how you live, how you respond to the challenges. And your discipline is not just about you. It is about the ripple effect. It is about the lives you touch, the legacy you leave, and the inspiration you offer. And here's the secondary hook. Don't think too small about your influence. Don't underestimate the power of your example. Because one person's discipline can become another person's breakthrough. One person's courage to begin again can unlock hope in someone else's darkest night. What greater reward is there than to know that your life, your habits, your persistence became the sunrise for someone else? But it all starts with your willingness to begin again and again. sunrise after sunrise, day after day. Because you cannot pour into others from an empty cup. You cannot give what you have not first built. And that is why the daily disciplines matter, not just for your success, but for your strength to bless others. So let me loop this once more. Beginnings matter. Daily beginnings build strength, and strength builds legacy. And legacy is what remains when the sun sets for the final time. So my call to action here is simple but urgent. Don't drift. Don't delay. Don't postpone the decision. That could change everything, because waiting will not make it easier. Waiting will not make you stronger. Waiting will only steal from you the time you cannot get back. And if you wait too long, the opportunities that could have been yours will pass to someone else. So act now, begin today. Rise with the sunrise. Take the step. Embrace the discipline, because the reward for action is progress. And the reward for progress is confidence. And the reward for confidence is the momentum to keep going. So why not start? Why not rise? Why not declare that this is your time? This is your morning. This is your season. And don't just think it, say it out loud. Let your words set the tone. Let your declarations become your discipline, because words spoken with belief are seeds planted in the soil of your mind. And with repetition, they will take root and bear fruit. So tell yourself, I rise today. I begin today. I discipline myself today. I embrace the gift of the sunrise today. And then go live it, go prove it, go walk it out. And when the sun sets tonight, you will already be eager for the next sunrise, because you will know that tomorrow is not just another day. It is another chance, another beginning, another step toward the life you were meant to build. And now let us take the sunrise metaphor even deeper, because if the sun can rise after the longest night, then surely you can rise after your darkest season. If the sun can push back the shadows with its light, then surely you can push back fear with your faith. If the sun can climb higher with every minute, then surely you can climb higher with every effort. And I want you to feel that connection, to really feel it, because nature is teaching you every single day. Nature is reminding you of the law of beginnings, the law of persistence, the law of steady progress. And if you learn to read the signs, if you learn to follow the patterns, you'll discover that life is not against you. Life is working with you, cheering for you, inviting you, but it requires you to participate. It requires you to wake up. It requires you to start. And here's the loop. The beginning of discipline is the beginning of transformation. And the beginning of transformation is the beginning of destiny. So if you want your destiny, you must first take your discipline. And discipline is not punishment. Discipline is the highest form of self-respect. It is saying to yourself, I am worth the effort. I am worth the consistency. I am worth the investment. And isn't it interesting that we often invest so much in others, in our jobs, in our obligations, but forget to invest in ourselves? Yet the greatest return comes from the investment you make in you, in your mind, in your habits, in your health, in your spirit. Because as Jim Rohn would always say, work harder on yourself than you do on your job. Because when you grow, everything around you grows. When you improve, everything around you improves. And here is the secondary hook. Do not underestimate the compound effect, because 5 minutes of discipline may not change your life today, but 5 minutes a day practice for a year will. One small adjustment may not alter your path instantly, but a series of small adjustments will shift your entire destination. So don't despise the little things. Don't dismiss the daily steps. Don't overlook the power of showing up, because the habit you build today will either serve you or enslave you tomorrow. And I ask you to reflect. What habits are you building right now? What rituals are you repeating each morning? What disciplines are you practicing with the sunrise? Because whether you know it or not, you are building something. And my friend, you want to be sure you are building something worth living, worth giving, worth leaving behind. Because legacy is not built in one moment. Legacy is built in the ordinary moments of discipline that accumulate into extraordinary results. So let me loop again. Beginnings matter, daily beginnings matter, repeated beginnings matter, because that is how you write the story of your life, line by line, page by page, sunrise by sunrise. And the connection point is this: you don't have to look far for proof. Look at nature, look at history, look at the people you admire. None of them became who they are overnight. All of them began and began again and began again. And if they can, so can you, because the sunrise shines on all of us equally. The opportunity is the same. The discipline is the difference. So here is my call to action for you in this moment. Start your day with intention. Don't stumble into the morning. Don't wander into the sunrise. Step into it with clarity, with focus, with discipline. Set the tone. Because the tone you set in the morning echoes throughout the day. And if you want your days to add up to greatness, you must begin each one with greatness. So rise early, rise strong, rise intentional, and say to yourself, this day counts, this sunrise counts, this beginning counts. And then live it in such a way that when the sun sets, you can look back and say, I did not waste the gift. I did not ignore the chance. I did not walk past the opportunity. I used it, I honored it, I built with it. And tomorrow, when the sun rises again, I will begin again, because that is the rhythm of success. That is the rhythm of discipline. That is the rhythm of a life well. So as we come to the close of this message, remember the symbol of the sunrise. Remember that each new day is a chance to start fresh, to discipline yourself anew, to choose again the path of growth and progress, because success is not built in a moment. It is built in the repetition of beginnings, and the secret is to never stop beginning, to never stop rising, to never stop showing up for your own life. And I want you to hear this in your heart, that no matter how far you've drifted, no matter how many times you've fallen, no matter how many sunrises you've ignored, the very next one can be your turning point. The very next one can be the beginning of the life you've been waiting for. And I urge you, don't wait another day. Don't waste another sunrise. Don't postpone the destiny that is calling you, because your future self is depending on the choices you make today, and the world is waiting for the light only you can bring. So rise, my friend, rise with courage, rise with faith, rise with discipline, and let each new day become your proof that small steps taken consistently lead to massive change. And when you look back years from now, you'll smile and say, it all began when I decided to honor the sunrise, when I decided to begin again, when I decided to live with discipline. And that decision, that daily choice, became the foundation of a life worth living. So my call to action for you right here, right now, is simple but urgent. When the sun rises tomorrow, rise with it. Step into the new day. Take the small step. Do the simple discipline, and let the promise of a new future unfold. Because your greatest days are not behind you. They are ahead of you, waiting to be unlocked by your decision to begin today. Before we begin, I want to invite you to stay connected, because just as discipline requires consistency, growth requires community. So if this message speaks to you, don't keep it to yourself. Like the video so it stays in your library as a reminder. Subscribe so you never miss the next sunrise of inspiration. Share it with someone you care about so their morning can be lifted too. And leave a comment with your own thoughts, your own story, because every time you write it down, you strengthen your commitment, and every time you share, you help light another person's path. So let's rise together let's grow together. And let's begin today